At some point, there's been twice that Toya has been asked about lapgate.
Now it's lapgate.
This is cringe.
The tension hit instantly when Dr. Eugene Harris stepped into a heated disagreement with Steve and Curtis. And from that moment, there was no holding back. On Married to Medicine, what started as a discussion quickly turned into a direct clash of perspectives. And Eugene made it clear he wasn't backing down.
At some point, there's been twice that Toya has been asked about lapgate.
Now it's lapgate.
This is cringe.
This is cringy.
I was not angry about it at the time, so there's no beef with that. But Toya still, I think, to this day, a little offended by being pulled into somebody's lap.
Okay.
And so Curtis voiced that he didn't agree that this ever happened.
Well, Eugene, I'm gonna beg to differ. Toya was on Watch What Happening Live, and she said that, and women have come to her and said that I've had my hands on multiple women, which is a flat out lie.
No, I didn't. I said, I think he needs to keep his hands to his health because he's had his hands on multiple women. I just, show or not. On the show, it's 2. Off the show, 3. Well, Jackie, it's all your fault anyway.
It's mine?
Yes, because you said he didn't do it.
He didn't do what, baby?
He didn't pull me in his lap. And so that's what stuck with me all them years.
You would not even admit that you pulled my wife into your lap.
Okay, because you wouldn't admit
I'm not going to admit
that you perpetuated that lie.
Until we admit
I'm not going to admit anything to you until you take responsibility yourself.
If you want to be stubborn,
and you don't
that's
ever
fine.
seem to do that when
if
it comes to your wife.
That's fine.
And that's the problem that I have with
you. If you'd like to be stubborn, that's fine.
It ain't about being stubborn, it's about being accurate.
You're flat out saying, I'm not going to admit what happened because you did this years and years later.
You know what? You're lying, and I'm done with it.
Fair enough. We can be done.
All right. We can leave that there. So let's talk about the massages on the beach. I'm looking at you, Damon, because you told Heavenly you didn't get one.
I thought I didn't.
No, you thought you didn't what?
I don't remember getting a massage.
Yes, you did, sir.
You didn't get a massage, did you, baby?
Yeah, thank you.
Damon does not get massages unless I find the masseuse for him.
Well, look, we get a massage weekly, so what I consider a massage is what our massage Melanie
On the
does.
table.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we saw you all go through some bumps with your wives this season. Eugene, you got a lot of side-eye from the other men about how you and Toya went at each other during the Skip Workday party. You called it a married moment. What did you mean by that?
I think you'd be lying in your relationship if you've been together for a long period of time.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a moment where you said at least something you didn't mean.
Yes.
We just happened to be on TV.
Right.
With a bunch of people at our house.
Yes.
At that moment.
Yes.
There also was a couple people that might not have been invited had this not been an all-cast event.
Right.
Sounds like a narrative spin to me. And
you didn't
that's
have to comment, Steve.
Because, whoa, I do have to comment because the blame was put on Mimi. But now you're having a married moment.
Mimi. She called out a bunch
of...
Oh,
no. It was specific. In the very moment, it was you, Bees, did this to me, Mimi, Heavenly. That's what it was in the moment. I did not hear you take accountability for that. I have not heard an apology for that. Where's the apology?
There is no apology.
Okay.
Because I saw Mimi's face. Look, had a lot of judgment in it. I saw Heavenly's face had a lot of judgment in it.
Exactly. You blamed us.
So, Toya, why did you blame us?
Because y'all were talking shit.
We were not. That's the thing. We were not. I did not talk about your marriage.
I see you. I see what you do. I see who you
no
are,
problem, Steve.
and I'm going to hold you accountable to the person that you are.
So it's cool.
You're Eugene Bush.
Don't do all this.
Come on, Steve. That ain't right, man.
See, so we're not doing that.
You've been rude all day, Steve.
That ain't right, brother.
Steve, I've been on this stage 12 years.
You just got here. And I didn't say anything.
You just got here.
I have not said anything.
And the energy is off this year.
I have not said anything.
You're one of the new people who are here, and I'm just putting that out there.
And I've always been very calm.
Okay, but the guys have never been this rude to each other.
Okay, when you've been rude all day.
Where did it start? It started in your house. No matter if he's here 2 years, 12 years, or 20 years, there's a respect
Curtis,
that goes.
we understand. You don't like my wife. You have an issue with my wife. I get it. And I understand why you have an issue.
I've got an issue with the truth.
Okay. Me too.
Okay.
And you haven't been truthful completely today either.
Eugene came in strong, addressing the situation head on, without trying to soften anything. There was no hesitation in how he spoke, and it was obvious he was ready to stand his ground no matter how many people pushed back. That energy immediately shifted the room. Steve inserted himself with intensity, coming off like he had something to prove. Instead of letting the situation breathe, he kept pressing, turning the disagreement into something bigger than it already was. It didn't feel like he was trying to understand. It felt like he was trying to challenge. Then Curtis stepped in, and that added another layer. Once past actions were brought into the conversation, everything escalated. The focus moved from the present into revisiting moments that clearly still carry weight. And once that door opened, there was no way to keep things calm. Eugene didn't fold under pressure. If anything, the more he was pushed, the more direct he became. He addressed everything straight, refusing to let the narrative be twisted or redirected. At that point, this wasn't just a disagreement anymore. It became about accountability, memory, and who controls the story. With Steve pushing, Curtis involved, and Eugene standing firm, the situation turned into a full confrontation that couldn't be ignored.